Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. So we are looking at factorising quadratic expressions. Now, so I've got a quadratic equation here and I've got one over here that is factorised. Now, before I go over the rules of how to factorise, I want to prove it and through expanding and then finding the rule with you. Because that's the best way for you to have a complete understanding. So, when we're thinking about expanding, we know that everything in our first bracket is being multiplied by our second bracket. So, x times x and x times negative 8 and 1 times x and 1 times negative 8. So we're going to solve that first and then we'll factorise this and look at the rules on how we get it. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 8 is negative 8x. 1 times x is positive, so plus x. 1 times negative 8 is, well, negative 8. There we go. We can simplify through like terms. So we've got x squared, negative 8x plus x equals 7x. So negative 7x, take 8. Okay. So if we're thinking about this, we also we need to look at the quadratic formula, the expression. So that applies to all rules. So a number before this would be a, and then we have it as x squared plus b, which in this case is negative 7, plus c, which in this case here is negative 8. So that's what I want you to think about. Now, so the rule is that we need two numbers that times together to equal c, and we need two numbers that add up to equal b. So my rule of thumb is I look at c, it's negative 8. So what are numbers that equal negative 8? Well, I've got 1 times negative 8 equals negative 8. I can do the exact same, but instead of being a negative 8, it'll be a negative 1. What is two other numbers to equal 8? 2 and 4. So I could go 2 times negative 4 equals negative 8, or negative 2 times 4 equals 8. So I've got my rules. 4 times into equals c. Now what I need to do is go, okay, what if I add 2 together, it needs to equal b, and b is in this case negative 7. So I will have a look at each of these. So 1 plus negative 8 equals negative 7, so this one is right so far. Negative 1 plus 8 equals 7, can't be that one. 2 plus negative 4, negative 2, can't be that. Or negative 2 plus 4 equals 2, can't be that. So we've only got one answer, and there should always only be one answer. So now I've got 1 and I've got negative 8. So then I write it in an equation. X plus 1 of 1 is positive, and x take 8 because 8 is negative. And what do you know? We got exactly the same. So let's use what we know from this with a quadratic expression over here. So to start off, we've got x squared plus 5x plus 4. If you forget, I like to also write it underneath, ax squared plus bx plus c. So the rule of thumb, I've got in the middle here, we need to think about the two numbers that times together to equal c. First thing I'm thinking about, so c is 4 here. So what is two numbers that will equal 4? Well, 1 times 4 equals 4. I could also go -1 times -4 equals 4. 2 times 2 equals 4. And -2 times -2 equals 4. So those are my numbers. Now I look at B. Both of my numbers needs to add up to B. So I look at B is 5, so -2 plus -2 is -4, so it's not that. 2 plus 2 equals 4, no, -1, and I'm adding another -4 equals -5, but I don't want negative. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So I know my answer is using 1 and 4. So that means I'm going x plus 1, x plus 4. And there you have it. That is how we factorize quadratic expressions. I really hope it helps starting with what you knew, because it's always good to use your prior knowledge to assist you with new learning. If you need any extra help, message me and I'll get back to you.